The endocrine system is a collection of cells, tissues, and organs responsible for the production and secretion of chemical signals called hormones. An endocrine gland is an organ that secretes hormones directly into the bloodstream. All hormones act on target cells remote from their point of origin. The hypothalamus plays a key role in regulating the endocrine system. It's a region of the brain that contains specialized neurons called neurosecretory cells that secrete hormones. Some of these cells release hormones directly into the general circulation, while others release inhibitory hormones or releasing hormones into the bloodstream that feeds the anterior region of the pituitary gland. These hypothalamic hormones cause the anterior pituitary to withhold or release its own sets of hormones. The pituitary gland releases a variety of hormones, including growth hormone, which has growth-stimulating effects on a variety of cell types throughout the body, and hormones that target the thyroid gland, adrenal gland, kidneys, and reproductive organs. The thyroid gland secretes hormones that stimulate metabolism, and along with the parathyroid glands, helps to regulate blood calcium levels. The adrenal glands sit atop the kidneys. They secrete hormones such as epinephrine, adrenaline, which is involved in short-term stress responses. They also secrete androgens, which are masculinizing hormones such as testosterone, and feminine hormones such as estrogen. The pancreas is an endocrine gland that produces hormones that regulate blood glucose levels. The testes produce sperm and are the major source of male sex hormones such as testosterone, which, beginning at puberty, induce and maintain the male secondary sex characteristics. The ovaries likewise produce the female gametes and also function as endocrine glands. They produce estrogens, which induce and maintain the female secondary sex characteristics, and progesterones, which support the implantation and development of an embryo. The hypothalamus and pituitary gland form two anatomically distinct systems, but together they coordinate the actions of many key hormones. Pituitary hormones are under direct control of the hypothalamus. The pituitary gland includes two distinct lobes, the posterior pituitary and the anterior pituitary. The posterior pituitary receives projections from neurosecretory cells in the hypothalamus that produce antidiuretic hormone, or ADH, and oxytocin. When the body is dehydrated, ADH is released from the posterior pituitary into the bloodstream. In response, water is reabsorbed by the kidneys. When the posterior pituitary releases oxytocin into the bloodstream in females, the hormone triggers contractions in the uterus during labor and the ejection of milk during nursing. Oxytocin release in the male stimulates contractions of the prostate gland. In summary, the posterior pituitary serves as a storage and release site for hormones produced by neurosecretory cells that originate in the hypothalamus. In contrast to the posterior pituitary, the anterior pituitary and the hypothalamus are connected only indirectly by blood vessels. In response to the arrival of releasing hormones from the hypothalamus, the pituitary secretes other hormones that enter the bloodstream and then act on target tissues or glands. In addition, there are hypothalamic inhibitory hormones that prevent the secretion of certain anterior pituitary hormones. In some cases, the production of the anterior pituitary hormone is controlled by both a releasing hormone and an inhibitory hormone of the hypothalamus. In summary, the anterior pituitary serves as a hormone production and release site that is controlled by hypothalamic hormones. The anterior pituitary secretes many different hormones. Two in particular function differently in the two sexes: follicle-stimulating hormones, FSH, and luteinizing hormones, LH. In males, FSH stimulates sperm production, and LH stimulates testosterone production. In females, FSH stimulates egg cell development, and LH stimulates the release of an egg cell during ovulation.